engagements are happening. And today we have the Parliamentary Forum on Social Protection. It's also having its own engagement of these members of Parliament, those who are in the House, but also those who are coming in as new members of Parliament on what really needs to be done, matters of advocacy for our people, especially the vulnerable communities. And we know that there is, of course, what is common for many people is the SAGE, the social that grant that was introduced by government under the Ministry of Gender. And with me here is Honorable Emmanuel Ongiertho. He is the Member of Parliament for Nebi Municipality, and he's also the Vice Chairperson of that Parliamentary Forum. Good morning, Honorable.
Yes, good morning.
Today you are engaging, I see members of Parliament coming in. You are engaging them here today at Imperial on matters of social protection. First of all, unpack this elephant social protection.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me. I can tell you social protection encompasses almost the whole life of a person, talking from childhood, even from when a child is still in the womb, up to when somebody is aged and the person eventually dies. So what we are talking about is the well-being of all these persons in the different stages of life. And for us as a forum, we know that in these all stages, people need to be protected. People need to be supported to be able to go through the process very well. A child who has been conceived needs to go through the whole process of growth until birth. A child that is born needs to live well until this child eventually goes to school, this child matures, eventually gets knowledge and skills, and is able to become productive in the community, and also starts to have children. So we are talking about this whole cycle. And each of the stages have their own challenges. And it is important that the government is concerned about that. Sometimes when we, for instance, in Parliament, we do budgets for all the sectors in government. If you don't have a social protection eye, you can miss certain things. You can budget, for instance, for education for all the children, but you can forget that there could be a disabled child. So you need to look at that in the eye of social protection to be able that this child, when he comes to school, is also comfortable. And then you can, in Uganda today, we are talking about lack of employment. But again, if you don't look at it with the eye of a social protection, you are going to say, now what do we do? You can be wondering. But with the eye of a social protection, you will know for sure that this person needs some special skills to be able to.
Yeah, Honorable, Honorable Ongiertho, one would say, government has brought these programs for the young people. There is youth entrepreneurship programs. You have for the older persons. You have the social assistance grant, the SAGE program. And we say, you know what? We have the PDM, we have Emyoga, we have various programs for the people. And, well, we have catered for all these people. What is lacking now?
For me, we may not talk too much about what is lacking, but who is having this special consideration to make sure that everybody is part of this? Because, for instance, if you have given PDM out there, you have given PDM probably to a lady who has a number of children who are disabled. So you cannot expect PDM in this particular situation to succeed without any supplementary support to such a lady. That is why that extra eye is required. So for every government program, we want to say thank you, but we are also saying for all these programs, let's have an extra sight, an extra eye to see that for this person to be able to benefit very well, we must make sure that we take care of the other problem which is there. That is why for us as a forum, we are making sure that government is having that extra eye. I can give you also one example, for instance. When we talk about lack of employment, we know that we have our children who are going to Arab countries to work. But we can say, yes, they are now going to earn income. But what are the conditions they are living in?
The president says they're going to desert areas.
Exactly. And then when you talk about the workers, the people who are working here, we have factories owned by Chinese and by different groups of people.
Including Ugandans.
Exactly, including Ugandans. But what is the condition of their service? Are they having letters of employment? Are the letters clearly stating the terms and conditions of service? A lot of times our people are working without letters.
So are you also looking at, the other day the budget was being presented,
yes,
and of course the new financial year is yet to begin officially, but also Parliament, members of Parliament, you are here sitting. I want to also understand, are these groups, vulnerable groups, talk about the refugees, talk about the older persons, talk about the young people, talk about these ones who are you were talking about those who are not in the employment sector, but also those who are employed but under harsh conditions. Is the budget catering for these different groups of people?
The ones which had already been defined, yes, the budget caters for them. I can give you one example. You know that now for the SAGE program, since it was expanded to all over the country, you remember, at some point it was only in some few districts, but it was expanded. But for the money to be able to go to people, the age was increased. But now, when the age was increased, again, through our intervention as a forum,
65 years,
we engage government, actually now to 80. We engage government and say, now, this other lot, what is going to happen with them? That is why there is a special grant, which is in the budget. There's a special grant for now people between the age of 65 to 80.
But also, when the fund could be there, but how much is being budgeted for? Because when you talk about 25,000 or even now being increased to 35, still many people say, like, what can 35,000 do in this hard economy?
That question is there. But I can tell you, government gives that money normally in 3 months. So in 3 months, somebody is going to get 75,000. Somebody is going to get, when it goes 35, somebody will get now about 105,000. I can tell you, it is us who have money that try to think that that money is not good enough. But for this other person, we have gone, we have visited families where from that little money, some lady has goats. Now from the goats, the person has now even got cows. So somehow it's beneficial to people who know its benefit. It's you who has money who can think that the money is small.
All right. I know the conversation continues here. Your final word is in 30 seconds before you take a commercial break.
For me, I am saying let all of us get concerned. Let all of us get concerned all over the country. And we are, as a government, we are coming in because also the social protection within the communities had weakened. And when I say let's make sure that we get concerned, all of us, because if we get back to our old social protection systems within the communities, we will be sure that a number of people will be covered.
Thank you, Honorable Emmanuel Ongiertho. He is the Vice Chairperson of the Parliamentary Forum on Social Protection, but he is also the Member of Parliament for Nebi Municipality. When you go back to Nebi, please send my regards to former Archbishop. That is
yes. Former Archbishop is and incidentally,
we don't send greetings on TV, but I'll send him greetings.
I'll greet him.